The Bermuda Triangle. So there's this sus triangular spot on the ocean that sucks everything into it. That's known as the Bermuda Triangle, also known as the Devil's Triangle. It happens to be one of the most mysterious places on this planet that scientists struggle to explain. Located off the southeastern coast of the US in the Atlantic Ocean, between Bermuda, Florida, and Puerto Rico. The region has become the center of unresolved mysteries. These mysteries are so bizarre, in fact, it has led to many regarding this region as a myth. Sound sus? Let's dive into today's video, exclusively brought to you by the Sus Box. Drop us a like, subscribe to our channel, and let's dive into today's mystery. It is said that when Christopher Columbus sailed through the area on his first voyage to the New World, he reported that a great flame of fire, probably a meteor, crashed into the sea one night, and that a strange light appeared in the distance a few weeks later. He also wrote about erratic compass readings, perhaps because at that time a sliver of the Bermuda Triangle was one of the few places on Earth where true north and magnetic north lined up. Another great figure of history, Joshua Slocum, after gaining widespread fame as the first person to sail solo around the globe, disappeared on a 1909 voyage from Martha's Vineyard to South America. Though it's unclear exactly what happened, many sources later attributed his death to the Bermuda Triangle. Covering an area of almost 500,000 miles of sea, the Bermuda Triangle is part of a busy shipping route, with several vessels heading to America, Europe, and the Caribbean, crossing through every day. Dozens of ships and airplanes have disappeared. Unexplained circumstances surround some of these accidents, including one in which the pilots of a squadron of US Navy bombers became disoriented while flying over the area. The planes were never found. Other boats and planes have seemingly vanished from the area in good weather without even radioing distress messages. But although myriad fanciful theories have been proposed regarding the Bermuda Triangle, none of them proved that mysterious disappearances occur more frequently there than in other well-traveled sections of the ocean. In fact, people navigate the area every day without incident, at least not until the 20th century. An especially infamous tragedy occurred in March 1918 when the USS Cyclops, a 542-foot-long Navy cargo ship with over 300 men and 10,000 tons of manganese ore on board, sank somewhere between Barbados and the Chesapeake Bay. The Cyclops never sent out an SOS distress call, despite being equipped to do so, and an extensive search found no wreckage. Only God and the sea know what happened to the great ship, U.S. President Woodrow Wilson later said. In 1941, two of the Cyclops sister ships similarly vanished without a trace along nearly the same route. This was far from the last strange occurrence to occur. In fact, a pattern began forming in which vessels traversing the Bermuda Triangle would either disappear or be found abandoned. Then, in December 1945, 5 Navy bombers carrying 14 men took off from a Fort Lauderdale, Florida airfield in order to conduct practice bombing runs over some nearby shoals. But, with his compasses apparently malfunctioning, the leader of the mission, known as Flight 19, got severely lost. All 5 planes flew aimlessly until they ran low on fuel and were forced to ditch at sea. That same day, a rescue plane and its 13-man crew also disappeared. After a massive weeks-long search failed to turn up any evidence, the official Navy report declared that it was as if they had flown to Mars. That was not the end of it. Additional mysterious accidents also occurred in the area, including 3 passenger planes that went down despite having just, quote, "all's well" messages. It was in the year 1964 that the phrase Bermuda Triangle would be birthed. The phrase first appeared in print in a pulp magazine article by Vincent Gaddis, who used the phrase to describe a triangular region, quote, that has destroyed hundreds of ships and planes without a trace. Charles Berlitz, whose grandfather founded the Berlitz language schools, stoked the legend even further in 1974 with a sensational bestseller about the legend. In the book, Berlitz claimed that the fabled lost island of Atlantis was involved in the disappearances. Perhaps the strangest of all is the take of Mary Celeste, discovered on 4th December in 1872 with everything right in the place except for the entire crew. The ship was found stranded on the sea days after starting its journey from New York to Genoa, Italy. There were 7 crew members and Captain Benjamin Briggs, his wife, and their 2-year-old daughter aboard the vessel, loaded with raw alcohol. But days after, when a passing British ship called Dei Gratia found Marie Celeste under partial sail in the Atlantic off the Azores Islands, the ship was unmanned with no crew aboard, and the lifeboat was also missing. It was also found that 9 of the barrels in the cargo were empty, and there was a sword on the deck. No trace of the people aboard the vessel or the missing lifeboat has ever been found. Studies of the ship clearly ruled out the possibility of a pirate attack, since everything on the ship, including the barrels of alcohol it was transporting and the crew's valuable belongings, were intact. Since then, scores of fellow paranormal writers have blamed the triangle's supposed lethalness on everything from aliens, Atlantis, and sea monsters to time warps and reverse gravity fields, whereas more scientifically minded theorists have pointed to magnetic anomalies, water spouts, or huge eruptions of methane gas from the ocean floor. In all probability, however, there is no single theory that solves the mystery. As one skeptic put it, trying to find a common cause for every Bermuda Triangle disappearance is no more logical than trying to find a common cause for every automobile accident in Arizona. And yet, funnily enough, the Bermuda Triangle is on the contrary not included among the top 10 most dangerous bodies of water for shipping. Even the U.S. Coast Guard claimed, quote, "No extraordinary factors have ever been identified." Do you think that the Bermuda Triangle is just a superstition, or is it real? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for unboxing another sus story with us today. If you have liked what you see, please remember to subscribe and drop us a like. See you in the next video.